Donald Trump is apparently pushing talking points about how the United States needs a civil war. Now, he did this on Truth Social. Hey, look at that, he's using Truth Social, finally, his own social media platform. And how he did this was, it all started with a post by one person, the president of El Salvador specifically, who said, the most powerful country in the world is falling so fast that it makes you think, what are the real reasons? Something so big and powerful can't be destroyed so quickly unless the enemy comes from within.
Yeah, Republicans.
Now, Lara Logan decided to share that statement, and then it was, quote, truthed, I guess. I don't know what you would call it.
Just quote tweeted.
Quote
you know
tweeted.
it.
Yes.
Who are you kidding with your BS truth?
It was quoted by someone else on the platform who says civil war, and Trump retweeted it.
Yeah, by the way, it was retweeted by MAGA King Thanos. Quote tweeted, I should say.
Sounds very cool. I'm sure he gets laid often.
Yeah, but the right wing, I'm sure, loves it. They're like, oh, Thanos, who killed half the people in the universe in that mythology, and they celebrate it. Oh, the mass murder, the greatest mass murder in the history of the universe. They're like, yes, that's our guy. We love that guy, right? And MAGA King, of course, is what Biden's dumbass consultants came up as an insult for Trump. And of course, they instantly adopted it. But guys, let's focus on the most important thing here. That's the former president of the United States, distributing on social media the call for civil war.
Yeah, and let's be clear. When they tell you who they are and what they want to do, you should believe them, especially Donald Trump, who said all sorts of outlandish things during the 2016 presidential race. And people kept saying, myself included, by the way, so I'm calling myself out. Oh, he's a wild card, we don't really know for sure. No, he tried to do everything he stated that he was gonna do. He didn't succeed on all of it, but he certainly tried. And the fact that you now have a former president of the United States pushing out messaging, calling for civil war in the United States is beyond irresponsible, beyond dangerous, and I don't know what to do about it. Especially when you have the right wing in America refusing to investigate the very real threat of domestic terror within our borders. I mean, we just had a mass shooting in Buffalo where the mass shooter believed in the white replacement theory and felt that he needed to purge the country of non-whites.
Yeah, so guys, for a lot of you out there, you're wondering, like, what do you guys, like, we all know this, right? Like, the right wing is dangerous. They keep calling for violence and civil war. We've told you that 100 times now. 40% of Republicans say it's time for violence. The reason we keep saying it, guys, is because you have to understand that in Washington, no one actually believes it. Like, they live in a different reality completely. And in their bubble, they think this is all fun and games. The Democrats see that and go, oh, good, we'll use it for a fundraising email. No, not good. They mean it. Remember the last time when they broke into the Capitol chanting about how they were going to murder political officials and how they had zip ties and nooses, etc.? Remember when Trump actually had fake electors that he was going to put in place to do a coup in America? And they're like, oh yeah, but I mean, they're not gonna do it next time. No, they are gonna do it next time.
They're working on it.
They are gonna do it, and they're saying they're gonna do it. And by the way, it's not just the idiot Democrats who are like, oh, what fundraising emails did we send? They're like, oh no, that's all right. We're gonna run more corporate, more elitist,
right?
And then we'll just get our asses handed. Oh, I bet Americans love insider elitists. No, they don't. No, they're reprehensible that they're letting this happen. But also the media, whistling past the graveyard. Like,
totally.
Yeah, so I'll call it 50-50. I can't tell. No, he's the former president is saying civil war. Okay, guys, look, in my life, I've been covering politics 25 years. Pre-Trump, this kind of thing would have been the biggest news story of my lifetime.
Exactly, yep.
So here, I'll give you an example. Imagine if Barack Obama on social media posted a call for civil war. Even today, everyone would lose their minds. And the media would be like, how dare Barack Obama, I can't believe it, right? And Trump does it, everybody's like, oh, it's Tuesday, it's no big deal, no big deal. No, it's a giant deal, because Obama isn't gonna start a civil war. He would never say that, but even if he did, he's never made any indication that he would go in that direction. He'd much rather do a deal with a banker and go back to Nantucket or wherever the hell he lives, right? But Trump has actually already tried to do this. But no one in DC cares. They don't care at all. They're just like, where's the corporate cash? Let's do business as usual.
That's exactly right. In fact, they probably think, well, maybe this is something we can campaign on. This is something we could fundraise on. This is great. Trump is handing us a gift. And then we can shame any voter who doesn't support the Democratic Party, because look at how dangerous the Republican Party is. It's their playbook. It is the Democrats' playbook over and over and over again. And look, you also have to keep in mind that a huge portion of Republican voters already believe that they need to resort to violence because the country is being taken away from them. In fact, Michael Schor had interviewed some Trump supporters, and I remembered this one interview. Let's take a quick look at this video because it gives you a sense of what Trump is playing into.
I can tell you right now, if they steal the election, all bets are off. How about civil war? Let's go for it. Everybody has had enough. Enough. You want to play this game more? Watch what happens.
And we are swimming in guns in the United States.
And guys, look, it's not at all theoretical. We just had a shooter kill black people based on white replacement theory, and he said we got to start mass violence. And by the way, so did the synagogue shooter in Pittsburgh, so did the synagogue shooter in Southern California, so did the shooter of Latinos in El Paso, Texas, that killed all those people. They're all saying, hey, do violence like me. And guess what? The next person is doing violence just like them. We're not gonna have a civil war where we're gonna dig trenches. That's not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is exactly what happened in Germany. It's already happening, where their side, the right wing, starts doing vigilante murder left and right. Their own politicians protect them. The other side is incredibly weak and thinks, oh, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Fundraising. No, you morons, fight them. Fight them, not in their way with weapons, but actually fight back rhetorically and politically so you can actually, for God's sake, raise wages, give people health care. That is the best way to fight them so we don't lose and we don't hand the country over to fascists. So they're gonna do violence nonstop. This is right after the Buffalo shooting. And Trump's like, good, give me more of that violence. And right now, people are being intimidated as we speak. And so finally, what is the Democratic response to that?
Nothing. We don't even have to get into it. Nothing. It's nothing, and it will remain
Anna, let's
nothing.
be fair. Let's be fair. They focus grouped and did studies for 6 months to come up with the phrase "ultra MAGA."
Oh, good job.
And you know what? I don't know why. Because Biden is too scared and loves Republicans too much. His heart breaks for them. He didn't want to criticize the Republicans, so he said, "Oh, we could just call them ultra MAGA."
Which, by the way, they have now taken on as favorable labeling because it sounds cool. Like it does. Ultra MAGA sounds cool.
It sounds like you need an extra large condom. Okay, that's what I mean. These are the idiots that are in the Democratic Party, and they're like, let's call him MAGA King. You didn't think that they'd like that, you morons? Oh no, but Biden, he can't be bothered to fight Republicans. He can't. Those are his best friends. It would be so impolite. The other side is literally murdering people, and the former president is calling for mass violence, and our side has got little gloves on, and they're like, oh, where are we having tea and crumpets? Have you raised money for it? Oh my God, oh look at Ultra MAGA. No, the fascists are gonna win, and fairly easily if this continues. All of Democratic leadership has to be replaced. Progressives need to actually be populist and take over the Democratic Party, otherwise we're all screwed. But that is very unlikely because the corporate press hates progressives, whitewashes Republicans, and encourages the worst politicians in the country, corporate corrupt Democrats. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.